I think I'm in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TFGO podcast playoff predictions episode. I'm finally back doing this podcast thing, but I needed a little bit of help from my friends, so I have Razorhawg at
Either
Ayak
way.
with me today, and uh, or Ayak, I guess, if I want to pronounce it correctly.
It's Ayak.
Or Ajax, sure. Whatever. How dare you correct me? But no, today we are going to be talking about every playoff game, including all the wildcard matchups who we think will win each one, the divisional round matchups, conference championship, and Super Bowl. And starting off today, we just saw the ending of Chiefs Chargers. Ayak. Don't expect me to pronounce your name correctly. I'm just going to keep doing this from now on. It's either Ayak or Ayak or Oyak, depending on how I want to do it.
I like that Oya.
Oyak. What did you think about this slaughter?
Yeah, this game was just just a pretty tough scene for Marcus throughout the whole game. I mean, he got pretty unlucky with some Mahomes passes, got Hail Married on at half. I mean, had a bad pass interference. I mean, it was just a rough scene all around. But SG did a really good job. Just coming out and getting the W.
Razorhawk, what did you see from this game if you watched any of it? Because I didn't.
I watched the first half of it, and I was like, Marcus got off to a 7-0 lead to start with, and then it looked like SG was sputtering a little bit on offense. And then what SG just does what SG does, he just forces turnovers, plays solid, and then the next thing you know, I just look and he's just up. I didn't see the Hail Mary. I did see the one pick where Marcus tried to throw it in the seam, and it just went straight to a linebacker. But the two slants are what killed Mish. So
Yeah,
I don't
one was a
know.
bad guess, and the other one was
Yeah,
he just threw it
on that
finishing half.
RPO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's the risk of running RPO. Is just like, well, I suck with them, so I throw a lot
Oh,
of picks at them because I make the bad reads, but it happens a lot.
yeah. I also think Tyreek Hill went down too with like a hip pointer, so he was out for the first half
Oh, you're
for a
right.
little
Yeah,
bit.
Tyreek
I
Hill
forgot
did
about
go out
that.
at like early second quarter, I
Hmm.
think, or was it late
Yeah,
first?
it was early in the second.
Yeah, so he was missing throughout the whole rest of that game, which is huge.
Uh, has Marcus won a playoff game in Madden 20?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
this.
have the same amount of wins as he does then in the playoffs.
That's correct. That's an accurate stat. Hey,
Yeah,
that's data.
I didn't know how. Also, I don't know how Madden did its seeding either because Marcus and SG split, and they both had 5 division wins, but Marcus had one more AFC win. So I don't know how that works with the Madden seeding.
Madden is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So, with the first wildcard game out of the way, let's talk about the Dolphins and Patriots, a little AFC East division rivalry action. And I'm going to go off a limb here and say this is going to be an easy win for Hellwiggy. By easy, I mean he's going to bitch about it not going his way, and then Dolphins is going to choke or do something to throw it off. But I can definitely see. I mean, I meant to not say easy. I meant to say tight. I can definitely see the Dolphins actually sneaking this out because I believe he beat Hellwiggy before to ruin Hellwiggy's perfect season. So I think it's
He,
definitely possible.
yeah. I guess he actually got close and the Dolphins blew like a 14-point lead in like the fourth, and Wiggy came back and won that one in OT. So we know that he can hang with them. My thing is though, is that I had been saying all year that Wiggy's getting bounced in the first round, so I really can't go back on it now. So
Yeah, I can't blame you. That's not a bad prediction either.
I just,
I was almost tempted to choose the Dolphins.
I know. So I think I gotta go with it just to smite Wiggy. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though. Like I said, Ayak, do you have any other opinions on it?
Um, Hellwiggy's been exuding this like not small person energy recently about the playoff game. So, I mean,
Hmm.
he could easily like win this, but I don't know, man. He just doesn't seem like he's in the mindset for it right now. And like,
I compared him to the Ravens of this year, where I think he was not expected
Yeah.
to play in the wild card at 14-2. And I think he's just going to come out flat this game, and then it's just going to be like the Ravens versus Titans game, where I think the Dolphins are going to hit him in the mouth early,
yeah.
and then he's going to have to come back with his offense.
And who knows? I mean, he might hear this and just decide to step it up, but I hope that's what happens. But I mean, with what I see, I see that kind of Ravens Titans matchup similar that Razor's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, it is definitely. I could just picture it. How we could just getting so bitchy in the game chat and just
Oh, he's going to
overthinking
bitch.
everything, analyzing everything, and just getting too much in his own head.
Yeah, and I'm going to be
It's
chirping
all
him the whole
mental with
game,
him.
too. So.
Oh yeah. I think that's also probably a reason why a lot of teams in real life lose these weird playoff games that they're not expected to lose. It's just head games. They overthink it.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
do get in that zone, especially during the playoffs, where it's like when it's like, oh shit, this is like one and done. You really do feel that when you start getting the kickoff. It is a bit nerve-wracking. I think viewership goes up on most people's streams a little bit whenever they start playing. So you're not just streaming for that one or two people anymore. You're streaming for like maybe like 8 or 9 now, and so it's like
Yeah.
just extra eyes, a little more pressure. Every decision critiqued.
So according to this group of people on this podcast, we think who is going to win?
I'm still going with
Dolphins.
Hellwiggy, but I could see Dolphins winning.
I'm going
Yeah,
Dolphins.
let's go Dolphins then.
All right.
Okay, so Eagles Redskins, another rivalry game in the wild card week. This is an NFC East rivalry. Uh, Eagles Redskins. Well, I don't think there's any
It's
way Chris can screw this up. So
it's got
I
to be
think this
Chris,
is a
doesn't it?
Redskins win. Yeah, I was just thinking if there's any way to screw it up, and my conclusion is no.
Can we talk about Ayak? You decided this matchup today. How's playing the Cowboys and sealing the fate of the Eagles today?
Um, I had fun during the game. Martell did
I
pretty
know,
good, but
I saw that.
my backup quarterback. But if he's gonna start in the future, I'm gonna have to change the playbook because I have no read options, no quarterback runs or nothing in the playbook I use right now.
Yeah, I was
But
shocked to not see Jimmy out there. I was like, who is that?
but yeah, Martell did a really good job in seated Jimmy, and Tevin did a good job with his 3 touchdowns, and my defense stepped up really well. I see as of the matchup though with Chris and Eagles, I'm gonna go with Chris with the matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Is anyone giving the Eagles Goose?
No.
He's a guy.
Like I said, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like I said, I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, Eagles has
Rams Buccaneers.
Oh, that's
We
it.
could talk about the Eagles. You want to talk about the Eagles, or should we just move on for time's
nah.
sake?
We
No,
can
I
move
think
on.
he's.
I was
I mean, I
gonna
think he's
do
a
the
good
point
user.
differential. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good user. I think the only thing that's making me worried is the loss to the Saints right before the playoff. I would have felt a lot better about this if he won that game.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty rough that he lost to the Saints.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not giving Eagles enough of a shot. Who knows? Like,
Uh,
I've been wrong before on shit, as Wiggy would probably like to point out about certain remarks I've made in the past about certain matters of off-season. Anyway, bad takes happen. Rams Buccaneers.
what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. I said KJ Costello was a bad trade for the Patriots. And he
Oh.
always brings that up.
Yeah, he does. Well, I hate KJ because he talks about him so much, but
Yep.
I just think he's Alex Smith. But that's just me.
I think
welcome to my world.
I think he's Sam Bradford.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because
Ooh.
he can't run. Alex can
Yeah.
actually run. Wow, we're just stating
Rams
facts.
Buccaneers. This is Grimy versus used to be Ty Berry, but he changed his name for whatever reason.
Juicer.
Smiling Wizard. Or is it Juicerd?
I don't know. I thought it was
No,
Juicered
it's
in the
Smiling
Discord.
Wizard.
It is
Oh.
Smiling
Yeah,
Wizard.
he just. I played Grimy last week and we tied. Don't really want to talk about that game though.
Yeah, Goose, I've had a lot of opinions on your games this year. I feel like you either lose by a point or just, like, I don't know what happens to you. Like, you just have the weirdest scores every week.
I mean, we don't really need to talk about it.
No,
I'm
we
hoping
don't.
for improvement next season.
No, we don't have to.
Rams Buccaneers, I think the Rams are going to win this game, but only just because the Buccaneers are having an off season kind of this year, I think. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No
What do
no
you
offense. No offense to Bucks or Ty, like, at all. But I will never ever choose a 7-9 team to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Agreed.
just not happening.
But here's the thing: if any one of them were going to, Ty's got so much firepower, it's fucking unreal.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen the Rams play this year. I know they've been having a good season. I think Aaron Donald should help against this pass game a lot because he's just been eaten.
I think he's Defensive Player of the Year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so maybe he can, and then, yeah, well, he's got him and that Josh Jones guy, or whatever that fucking guy's name is, so I think he's built to play the pass, but, again, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'm going to give it to the Rams, obviously, but if Ty comes out firing, maybe he gets up early and often, look out.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Grimy.
Okay, so moving on to the divisional round games. We're saying the Dolphins is going to win, and the Chargers already won. So, and then who are the guys on bye week right now in the AFC? The Ravens and
Dolphins would play Razorhawg,
Colts.
and Josh would play SG.
Oh,
if that's what happens.
Let's talk about Ravens Chargers then right now.
Fucking hell. That's going to be a good one.
That is going to be a good one. I think the Ravens are going to win that one. Maybe. But just because I like SG, I'm going to say Chargers are going to win.
Here's my only concern. Is that I know Josh loves to pound this rock, and I think if there's one way that you can attack SG, you can't throw at SG, but if you can get the run game going, even with yeah, you can pound the rock. That's one thing that Marcus actually had when he was playing SG today, had some success with, was when he was on the ground game. So, and I mean, if SG can stop the run or figure out a way to stop it, I like SG. I'm not gonna go against SG, but I don't know. This is tough.
Yeah. Ayak, are you okay? You're not
Yeah.
down on me, are you?
Nah, I'm just recovering from my bronchitis still.
Who do you think is going to win between Ravens Chargers if everything goes according to what we predicted?
I'd have to go with SG because I mean SG has you can kind of run it on him, but he has one of the best run users in the league, in my opinion.
True.
So it's going to be really hard to just rely only on the run to beat SG.
Okay. Yeah, I completely understand that. It's I think it's just a coin flip sort of game. But for argument's sake, I think we're just pencil in SG6.
I'm gonna be honest.
Conference championship game.
I'm gonna be honest. I have not seen Josh play once this year, like at all. Like I haven't even seen one play.
I haven't seen Josh play in TFG, but I've played him like 3 or 4 times in USFL, and I've only lost once, and that was when I had a backup quarterback in. And it's because I know how to beat man press, but if people don't know how to beat it correctly, I mean it's almost unstoppable. And Josh has one of the best man press teams in the league at the same time right now.
Yeah,
So
SG has speed though. Like he chooses the fastest wide receivers of the game. It's kind of what he does. That's what his offense primarily is speed guys that
y-
aren't that good but can still get separation because speed is speed.
No,
yeah,
he throws to the
y-
tight end and running back on like 50 to 60% of his
yeah,
like on his
yeah.
throws.
That's what happened in
Yeah, I
Marcus. He
fucking
just got
hate
torn
it.
apart with his
Yeah,
tight
dude, it's
end.
annoying. Everyone hates
But I
it. You
mean,
gotta play it.
I have to
the
play him
man
twice a
did
year. How do you think I feel?
the man did defense did kind of work on SG when Marcus played him. Right now, it was with the zone when he would go to zone when SG would shred him this game.
Yeah,
So
that's a
I
good
mean, Josh
point.
definitely has a big chance, but I'm just gonna go with the more seasoned user in SG for now.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Dolphins Colts. I know Razorhawk's going to obviously say he's going to win.
I'm gonna
So
win.
Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
give it to Razorhawk on that
and
too.
yeah, Colts. So we'll get back to the conference championship games after we talk about the NFC. So we're saying that the Redskins are going to move on, and the Rams are going to move on, and who are the two bye week guys?
Nick would play Grammy and I'd play
NFC.
Chris.
Okay, you would play
Ooh.
Chris. So let's talk about your game first then. 49ers, Redskins.
I
That's a
played
that's a
I played
very
Chris
good
only
game.
once when he was the Eagles in the beginning of the second season, and I lost I think by a possession, but his team was better than mine at the same time. So I mean, it can go either way. It's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great one. Um,
Hmm,
I don't know.
it's a
The only time I
tough
saw
one.
Chris play, was against Nick. That was the only time I've seen him play this year. But he's been on a bit of a heater lately. But I mean, SG. I mean, I don't. Or not SG. Ayak is the defending Super Bowl champion. So I mean, can't we? Don't we have to give some consideration to that?
Yeah, we definitely do. That's why I'm going to say the 49ers are going to win this one.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then the
So,
agent of chaos, Chris, is gonna hear this, and then he's gonna use it as motivation. So it's a win-win for the viewers.
yeah, we'll see. I, he's a very good user. I'm not
Yeah, oh
trying to diss
gosh,
him in
yeah.
any way.
He's a top
I'm
five
just
user
saying
in the
what I
league.
think. Yes, thank you for stating that, but yes, it does it, of course. So the other NFC game would be Packers versus Rams,
Nick.
and Nick is going to win that game.
Yep.
Nick, yeah, Nick. I mean, Grammy could win because I mean the Saints won last year, but Nick has just a better team, and I don't think he'll choke 2 times in a row. I highly doubt that. So I'm gonna go with Nick.
So, conference championship weekend. Let's talk about the NFC games first, actually, just to change pace a little bit. So, an Ayak versus Nick. Damn it, I
The
pronounced your name
classic
correctly
matchup.
that time.
Does Nick get his revenge? Is that the question?
Give me revenge.
Ugh.
I haven't beat him since
He-
first season.
Oh, I thought you played him in the fucking. Oh no, that was the fucking Jags.
Yeah, that was SOCOM.
No,
Like,
didn't you
Super
play
Bowl.
him in the Super Bowl last year?
No, I wasn't in Madden last year.
No.
Madden 19.
No. Like
Mm-mm.
20, like man,
And-
like the Super Bowl.
No.
No.
He lost. Nick lost to the Saints, and I beat the Saints, and then beat SOCOM.
Oh my gosh. Whatever.
You okay there?
I'm
No,
pretty
I-
sure I'm. I'm
You
pretty
have to
sure
remember,
I'm
I was
one
like,
in.
yeah.
I think I'm 1-4 against Nick. I beat him in the first season, and then one game we went to overtime recently.
Yeah. Sorry,
But-
these are like in the hype of my like buys, like when I was taking those bye weeks. So like I'm still trying to piece all this together. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Well then. Uh, I guess you kind of made a case against yourself then, looking at the
Yeah, the
win-loss
all-time
records
record.
between you two.
He has the advantage. I think I can win, but it's going to be really freaking hard to do it against his team.
I'm just going to say Nick, just because I don't really have an answer. So I'm just going with who I know more. No offense to you, Eek.
No, that's fine. I mean, his team is freaking insane. He didn't even like lose a step with Rattler from Rodgers, which is even crazier.
Yeah, I don't know. Nick's just got like a different feel coming into these playoffs. I think he's dropped too early, and he's just been on a fucking warpath since. I don't know. I just feel like he's locked and loaded this year.
I have to watch out for Mike Willen.
Mike Willen, that's right. Leave Ruggs wide open, but make sure you guard my fucking Willen.
I don't know who that is. Surprise! I need to pay attention more to the NFC.
That's Mike.
Yeah, it's Dr. Bleezy.
I forgot what his last name is. Or whatever.
Yeah.
He's not in the league anymore. Who the fuck cares? Anyway,
That's a good point.
So
Doesn't he have
moving
Chris on
to
his
the
team too?
He might. I don't
He does.
know.
Chris Leach. I need to watch out for him too.
Oh no.
Be careful, he's going to tear his ACL if he tries to do an out route, but,
Well,
you know.
Ooh.
shots fired on the pod. That's right. We're setting it up 1-on-1. Chris versus Goose in a route running contest. We're gonna do DB drills, and we're gonna see who's gonna come out on top.
Yeah. AFC Championship games. I'm trying to put this podcast back on track. So
It'd be Razor and
the
SG.
Yeah, Razor and SG.
I did
So
say
Colts
Classic
Rangers-
matchup.
We did say I will say this. I did beat SG earlier, but that game was weird. And we also did predict SG to go to the Super Bowl in our preseason predictions, so I have to go with that. To be honest.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I was going to go with SG anyway, just because I like him so much. But yeah,
I'm going to go with my my podcast comrade bias and choose Razor.
Oh, you're a good man. I want to change my pick from the last game. I think Ayak's gonna beat Chris by 1,000,000.
Just 1,000,000.
I changed my pick on that one.
So that leaves us with an interesting Super Bowl to some of the oldest users in this league in terms of how many manas they've been in this league. SG6 versus Nick with X's in it for some reason. So who is going to win the Super Bowl between these two juggernauts of users? Well,
I'm going with Nick.
We
Yeah.
did this earlier in our podcast prediction, and we all said Nick. So we think it's SG and Nick in the Super Bowl, and then we think Nick clutches it.
yeah, I'm just going to say SG just because I want him to fucking win.
God
one.
Almighty, you were just fucking riding him this playoff prediction. Jesus.
If he fails me, it's going to look bad for me, but I'm willing to take the risk because I honestly don't care if I'm wrong. I just really want him to be successful.
It makes your conference look better too. It's like a divisional thing.
Sure.
And let's
I'm
I'm
do a
just
little,
trying to help you out.
Let's do a little theoretical too. Razor, do you think you can beat Nick if you were to make it?
Yeah, just because the one time me and Nick played, it was so close. Like that game could have went either way. So I feel like I feel like it'll be close.
Do you think Hellwiggy can win if he were to make the Super Bowl?
No, I've been saying this, and Wiggy. I said Wiggy. This is where Wiggy fucked up, and this is why
beat Nick already.
I don't give a shit. This is where he fucked up. He before the trade deadline, I said you need to make a move for a playmaker. You have nobody, and we've seen it a billion times in the playoffs, dude. If you don't have playmakers, there's no way you're not gonna win these games like that, dude. You need someone that can make plays.
He just has a bunch of dudes who catch the ball and gets tackled.
Yeah, he just got a bunch of dudes, man. He thinks he's a real life Patriots. I'm like, dude, even they traded for Randy Moss and freaking and Brandon Cooks. Yeah, it's like, dude, he's got nobody. So that's my only worry with Wiggy. So I don't know. He did beat
Yeah.
Nick that one time. I'll give him that, but that was early. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, so that pretty much wraps it up for here, but I did want to point out way back during the draft party when Nick drafted his quarterback, Spencer Rattler, I think is his name.
Correct.
Yeah.
I said, now watch him be a Super Bowl MVP or like 90 overall in like 3 years. Well,
It's not going to
I
take 3 years to get him to
maybe-
90.
No, it's not. So I felt like I almost hit that wild prediction, but no, it's probably going to be more like 2 years. But
Especially
was-
since
yeah,
he,
that was
a-
he got superstar in him too. Even crazier.
who would have thought? Huh? One of the best users, if not the best user in the league, can develop a no-name quarterback into a legend. Well, that's just the way life goes, I suppose. Meanwhile,
Well,
I
I mean, you know.
overall quarterbacks.
What if he would have taken like? You think he would have done? Well, I think Spencer Rattler maybe had a good dev when he was drafted too. You don't? You think he could have done that with like a
Superstar dev.
Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts?
superstar dev.
Yeah. You think he could have done that with like a Jalen Hurts?
I've never seen the way Nick plays. No, but if he changed it the way he played, then possibly.
Well, we forget about this. I may have changed the course of history because he wanted Tyree Jackson, and me and him were in a bidding war for him. And I signed Tyree Jackson, who's now my backup. And then that allowed him to go and make a move for Spencer, maybe. So who knows what would have happened if he took Tyree.
Tyree
it's
has
all
good
your
accuracy
fault.
stats though, so I think it would have been the same thing, if not worse.
Oh, no,
since he has
I'm
94 throw
not
power.
saying... Oh, no, he would have been better. I'm saying I would have rather him have
Yeah.
Tyree than fucking developing a quarterback for the next 3 years on a rookie deal with superstar dev. Because that guy's going to be a 99.
I think everyone would agree with you there.
Yeah, I kind of
Oh,
fucked up,
God.
don't you think?
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Oh, well.
So, unless if you guys want to talk about anything specific to your teams, or if we really want to delve into why I suck ass and why I tied,
How about all the
we
above?
can't talk about it. Okay, sure. Ayak, do you have any Pro Bowlers on your roster?
I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. I mean, I can check and see
I
who they
know
are.
it's a rhetorical question. Of course you do. I'm guessing you have probably 11.
I have Jimmy G, Evan Coleman,
Where does it say that?
and progression
You
history.
have to look. Yeah, progression.
Oh wow.
history.
Okay, Dante Pettis didn't get it. He had like 1,400 yards.
Odd. Fucking Dante Pettis. Like this all fucking game.
George Kittle got it.
Not surprising. One of the best tight ends in the NFL.
Goose, what
best
do you think
tight
about
end
the
in the NFL.
Goose? What do you think about the Josh Allen MVP? Jesus Christ! I think I broke him. Are you okay?
Stupid. I was,
Oh, Mike
I
McGlinchey made his
almost-
first Pro Bowl.
I was well, congratulations. I was trying to think of what the proper words would be. I almost said fucking bitch ass Josh Allen, but I'm like, no, it's not Liggety's fault. It's just Madden's fault for being dumb.
Yeah.
I thought I sewed it up
Yes.
with Tevin Coleman after I got that third touchdown, almost 100 yards. So I took him out of the game against the Cowboys, but I guess I didn't do enough.
Coleman, fucking asshole.
No, it still says Joshy up top.
Yeah, I still had
Oh.
him at up top. I mean, I could have kept him in, but Tevin in, but I feel like that kind of would have been.
Nah, I
You know,
think
cheesy.
Josh has got it locked.
Oh no, he has a lock now. I mean, he's first.
Yeah.
I was saying I thought the three
quick-
touchdowns would be enough.
Quick question. Did you sign Jimmy Garoppolo to a long-term deal yet?
Nope.
Smart. Get rid of him.
Hmm.
Draft your quarterback of the future, and then save cap. You're good.
I mean, I have Martell.
There
That
you
was
go.
kind of a test game against Cowboys, pretty much.
I'm just going to take the assumption that you're going to try to re-sign him in the offseason. If he doesn't want to re-sign long-term, you just franchise tag him.
I mean, I could do a tag and sign. I could just let him go and get compensation. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Whoa. Okay. Sure. You want to let him go? Go ahead.
Tag and trade. Is that what I said? Did I say tag and sign?
Yeah, you said tag and sign, which I slipped by.
That I could also do a
Like-
tag and trade.
Or you can tag and sign him.
Yeah, or that. But I was hoping because he just got his final, development thing going up in overall. I was hoping he'd get one more throw power, but he didn't. So he's still stuck at 89.
How much is he gonna cost
That's-
you, dude? He sounds pricey.
He's at 86 overall, so max quarterback money.
Like a Patrick
Fuck.
Mahomes kind of deal. Which
Yeah.
I think was 200 million.
Oh yeah, it was fucking nuclear.
Let me look and see what Marcus did. It's got to be something similar. So his is a
Marcus didn't post it.
7-year. But 8 years, 8 years, 287 million, 40 million a year, pretty much 42 million a year. So
Okay, you ready to pay Jimmy
yeah.
Garoppolo that much money? Let's get a deal done.
no, I'm good.
No? Okay.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I might re-sign him, but I'm probably gonna try and trade him for the tag and trade because I couldn't trade him regular season because that wouldn't be, realistic. Trade a Super Bowl champion like that.
I have to re-sign freaking
Okay.
everybody this offseason. It's gonna suck.
Yeah. Razorhawk, how many Pro Bowl players do you have on your roster?
I don't know. More than a few probably.
Is there anyone
Definitely
you
more
want to
than
talk
one.
about?
Jordan Whittington is a stud, and then Quentin Nelson. I rode those guys all the way to a 14-2 season. Other than that,
Quentin's just one of the best offensive linemen we've ever seen. He's
Oh my
so
gosh.
young still.
I love it. I love every bit of it. He just makes power plays and all that stuff so easy, dude. It's beautiful. But
You
yeah,
do
other
have
than
a
that,
very stacked team.
I mean, mostly my line. Honestly, I have a lot of rental players. Like my QB, I have a different quarterback every year because that's just fucking who
Oh,
knows what I'm
yeah.
gonna do with that. But
So
a
the
lot of my
Warriors for you,
players.
kind of.
I mean, because I don't ask them to do much. Like I run a high school offense. That's what people don't realize. My offense is literally like a high school player could run it. It's so simple, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, Drew Lock's going to be a free agent. Maybe you can go pick him up.
Can he run?
Maybe he could be your starter. Yeah. His speed
How
isn't
fast
bad,
is he?
but it's not as fast as Mitchell.
Oh well, then I don't want him. Sorry.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do
High
with
school
Vaughn?
offense. I am probably going to let him go. He's not
Wow.
worth the back
All right, Von Miller,
franchise tag him
future
out.
49er.
Dude, yeah, I was about to say people are gonna lay the wood on Vaughn. That's gonna be crazy.
I mean, he's asking for a 3-year contract right now, which I physically cannot do because he's 33 fucking years old.
I
34
agree.
now.
Or 34. 34 years old, and he's not going to get his regression fix. I don't think it will because he had a pretty bad season.
He
this
made
year
a
in terms
Pro
of
Bowl.
sacks.
He made the Pro Bowl, so I think
Yes.
regression,
I know.
non-physical regression gets fixed. I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
I thought it was only stat categories that you had to reach in order for regression, not the.
I think it was awards or accolades or the stat things. I think that's it.
Oh, I thought you had to hit the stats. Fuck. T.Y.
It
Hilton
might
may
it might
have
be the
hope.
stats. I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Ayak is a little crazy right now. I don't think
It's the
that's how it works,
bronchitis.
'cause like making the Pro Bowl isn't really much, especially for Von Miller, who probably got in just because of his overall. But like,
So then
I tapped
Bradley
him last
Chubb's gonna
year.
move to your one.
Yeah, it's not going to be that huge of a drop off, but like
Yeah.
I was saying, I mean, It's either sign him to the contract he wants, franchise tag him again, which is going to cost me a shit ton of money, or I let him walk and start
Good
the guy
compensation.
who I picked in the first round last year, who's been Von Miller's backup this entire season, and finally let him have a start. And
You could also
just
try
rock with
the
him and
tag
Bradley
and trade.
Chubb. No, I'm
Goose,
good.
Goose, I always said it in every podcast that we did on ours, the TFGO podcast, which y'all can all tune into. I always said that I always thought your record never made sense with what the fuck your team was because like every game I saw, you would lose by a point or in some like horrific fashion. So I just feel like you're gonna have. I'm gonna make a bold prediction on your podcast right now, and I'm gonna say this: Goose is gonna make the playoffs next year. Everyone, you heard it here first.
Playoff Goose. Playoff Goose. The hype is real.
Playoff Goose. I'm starting the hype train right now. This is strictly based off a positive impression. There's no way.
Stop.
Dude, you lost like 8 games by a point.
It has to happen eventually. Why not next season?
It does.
Because I've never had a winning record. Ever.
Neither. I mean, Buccaneers got in.
It's not.
That's true. That's a great
Not
point.
in Madden 18, not in Madden 19, and not in Madden 20. It's just not going to happen.
But Goose, this is
happen.
But Goose, this is my theory
it can't.
behind it. You played SG, who we're predicting to win the Super Bowl, close every game. Like it's not like you lost by 1 to him in week 3. Look at this. This is insane. I mean, I blew you out. You lost by the Chiefs to 1. You lost by the Chargers to 4. You lost by the Cardinals to 3. The Titans by 3. I mean, these games, you flip these games, you're sitting pretty. And you beat the Seahawks. They have Russell Wilson, and you have a tie. I don't know how the fuck
With
that
Grimy.
happened.
You tied Grimy.
I don't want to talk about the tie. It was a waste of fucking time. Week 17 just to go 13-13. It was pathetic. It was the worst stream I've ever had. Because it was just god awful. But no, Von Miller, for everyone curious, he's going to go. Or he's going to retire. I'm probably betting that he's retiring just because of his age. But keep in mind though, Bradley Chubb is already number 1 in his position. If Von Miller's backup is a first round guy that I drafted last year who's a 78 overall.
So you're good.
That'd be a huge dip. Yeah, exactly.
And you save a bunch of cap, you make some moves in free agency, and all of a sudden you're back. Your team's loaded.
You're not wrong. And
No,
that's
I'm
where
not
I'm
wrong.
mad at myself. It's because I know what you're saying is true. It's just, can I execute it?
What's the worry? What are you worried about executing?
Because I don't know how to win.
Okay. Well, what does that start? I think your defense is fine. Are you saying on the offensive side of the ball, or what?
Well, yes.
I'm turning this into a therapy session right now. So what do we need to do on your offense to make my prediction true?
It sounds like Goose needs some Jimmy Garoppolo in his life.
No, he needs some fucking...
No, I'm good. Now, here's the thing, though. Is that if you look at the standings right now...
Yeah.
It shows that the Jets have the should have the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at it, I have the number 1 pick. Don't ask me why.
Oh, so who are you taking?
Has me, well, probably a quarterback, because I kind of have to at this point.
You're not sticking with Tanner?
No. I
Tanner
can't
Morgan.
A quarterback. He's not bad looking at his player card, but he doesn't perform well. He threw 4 interceptions against the Seahawks that were all inaccurate passes.
Who's that guy that we all know is like the only good one in this class?
I can't remember his name, but he's going to
I
be
didn't scout
the
any
number 1
quarterbacks,
pick.
so...
Is he going to be in a Broncos uniform? Because I don't think the Jets will take him even if he's 1 because he's got Darnold still.
Yeah, unless if Madden is wrong and the Jets still have the number 1 pick and someone trades up with the Jets, then yes. If that's not the case, then he will be a Bronco.
Very nice.
That's just the way it's going to be. Taron Morgan will be the backup, though, because Drew Lock's contract is up, and then it's just going to be a 3-quarterback room because my third-string quarterback is really cheap right now, and I don't need to cut him.
But you're saying, but if you're saying you can't develop QBs, why would you not just sign fucking like a Joe Schmo off the streets? That's like a fucking
Jimmy
80
Garoppolo.
overall. Yeah, like a Jimmy Garoppolo. That's a great point.
Because I also feel like I'm probably going to lead the league after this season and turn it over to someone who's way better.
Wait, what?
Is he way better? Jimmy G's at 86 overall.
Oh, I thought you said you were leaving the league.
You didn't. You heard that correctly.
No, you're not. You're not leaving the league. What the fuck?
We can't.
This is not supposed
We
to be
can't
this
have
kind
that
of pod.
happen.
No, Goose, you can't leave.
Playoff Goose is
Anyway.
happy first.
Also,
That's right.
here's a weird statistic to go out on in case, just to end the podcast. My 2 middle linebackers are leading the league in tackles. It's one fucking positive.
That is a good positive.
And that's why tackles are overrated. Because I only have 2 wins. And if my 2 middle linebackers lead the league in tackles, it just shows you that tackles don't mean anything. And that's random, but I feel like some people overvalue tackle stats.
Do you want to hear something incredible? You want to hear something incredibly random?
Sure.
I was looking through because I was looking at how we could how Goose could maybe like go for a quarterback next year in free agency, and I was going through the contracts and team salaries, and the Jets have 6 quarterbacks on their roster. One of them being 50 overall Jay Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
I don't know if that's Joe.
It's Joe.
Okay.
It's Joe.
Joe
yeah.
Burrow.
Yeah.
He was made before Joe Burrow actually was
What he was.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got 6 Q. I just didn't even notice that the Jets have 6 quarterbacks on their roster.
Yeah, all under contract. This is weird. I don't like that.
Oh fuck, dude.
That's a really random one.
Okay,
You're
so
right, it was definitely random.
Okay. 2 of them, Buscelli and Burrow, were practice squads because they're on minimum contracts in 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that means he had under contract Clifford, Sanders, Bryce, and Darnold. I don't like that. That's 4 quarterbacks.
He had a 4-quarterback system.
That QB room was the best one in the league, though.
I mean, sure. It's really fucking weird. Thanks for pointing that out.
No problem. Since we're on random stats, I figured I'd add that.
Oh, Matt Ryan's available for you, Goose.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh fuck! All right, are we good here? Or what are we doing?
Yeah. I have a bunch of fucking old guys here in free agency. Sign them, please. That's my last plea. Give me your fucking cap relief. That's that's pretty much it. And maybe I was telling the truth. Maybe I am leaving the league, or maybe I was lying.
Oh no, dude! Dude, Jerry Judy's a free agent.
No, Jerry Judy isn't a free agent.
It says he's got 1 year remaining.
All the contracts are like you see how Vaughn's has 0 remaining and Chris Harris.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's already
because
there.
his season's already ended. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
We're good.
And
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare
Judy
you.
is not as Jerry Judy is not as good as Colin Johnson, who was drafted in the 2nd round. 32 picks after Jerry Judy.
Colin Johnson.
That's a fuck.
Oh, Goose, I have a cornerback for you after this if you want to talk trades, because Chris Harris is leaving you.
Have you seen my cornerback room? I'm good.
Oh yeah, it's actually kind of loaded, my B.
Yeah. I'm prepared for the future, and people still think I'm a bad GM. Anyway, that's going to do it for this podcast. Thank you to Razrhawg and Ayak for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yep.
This is a little bit of a crossover podcast, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I like it.
The VOD will be up soon. And you
Goose,
guys
send me
have
the
a
VOD.
podcast coming
I
out.
can put it on the YouTube channel.
Sure. And you guys have a podcast, Razrhawg, coming out tomorrow with who on the podcast?
It could be a plethora of guests, but right now the mainstays we're shooting for myself, Ayak, Wiggy, and Nick, hopefully, and then whoever wants to join. So should be.
I
a
mean,
fun
I don't know why-
And
discussion.
that's going to
I mean,
Yeah.
I could do it tonight. I mean, I don't know. Is we going to be out for dinner for 5 hours? I mean,
I'm probably not gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna be out, so tomorrow's probably gonna be better. Yeah.
And people can find that podcast on IX, Twitch, and
on the
the
YouTube channel.
TFGO League YouTube channel. Yep. Alright. That's going to do it. Thank you so much, and until next time, bye.
See y'all.